Hello, hi, good evening. Hi, this is Christine Crowell here, and welcome to my channel. Today is the 30-day challenge. We're already on day 15, and wow, the time is going by so fast. This is the second week of the 30-day channel. Now, I want to say to you all, thank you so much for those of you that have been watching, and for those of you that are watching live right now, and for those of you that are watching the replay as well. I hope that you're finding this really helpful for you, because there's going to be a part in your business, a time in your business where you're going to hopefully benefit from what I'm talking to you about today. And usually this is when you're really at the stage of where you're the hawk over your business, where you're managing you're working on your business and not in your business. And I think it's so helpful to the CEOs out there, even your future CEO, to really start looking at this and embracing it, because I don't want you to be hit with a challenge and then you don't know how you can cope with it. Or perhaps I want you to think back at this time where you're listening to me talking, and think, when you do get hit with a challenge, it will ground you. It will let you know that this is okay, and that you just need to work through this challenge, because you will be faced with challenges in your business, for example. This is this is how life is, isn't it, right? We have challenges in our lives. We have challenges in our business as well. But we don't let it stop us. We push forward because we remember the reason why we started in the first place. So always reach to your higher self, your future self, and think of what would they do right now in this difficult challenge situation that you're going through. And today's training is going to be going through some of those steps that you can think about doing and implementing, so that you hopefully can minimize your challenges and your crises that happen in your business, because it is normal. It is part of your growth. It's part of your development, and it will really help you to grow your CEO muscles. And if you have not done so, if you could please like and subscribe, and let us rise together. Let's all share together any challenges that we're currently facing, for example. So this is the reason why I'm creating these different memberships as well, to help members to really get community sense of things. Yes, we've got our Facebook group, we've got our we've got this YouTube channel, but I think it's nice to have a membership as well, so that you as the community can communicate with one another, for example. So today is going to be about tackling business challenges like a CEO. I'm going to cover 5 elements to help you to turn obstacles into opportunities. So grab yourself your tea and coffee. I've got my mug here. Water. And we're going to delve into this because, like I said, this is the 30-day CEO challenge, and we are on day 15 already. So welcome to the channel, 30-day channel, 30-day CEO challenge, and this is day 15. So we'll be diving into one of the most crucial aspects of being a CEO, overcoming your challenges in your business. You'll be faced with challenges. It is unavoidable, but it's how you handle them that defines you as the leader. So let's break down these 5 essential steps that you can take, and it will help you to not only face your business challenges, but head on, but turn them into opportunities for growth and success. Like for me, for example, I've been meeting with some really high profile coaches. And we've been talking about strategies and building strategies, and really looking at this online space that we're dealing with, because we're looking at doing things differently business wise, and how we've got to become more stronger as CEOs to look at when we're faced with challenges to overcome them, because it is normal, it's part of life. So the next thing that I want to talk to you about is, when you get hit with a challenge, don't react straight away. You need to pause and reflect. That means just sit, just be quiet, in a quiet space. Don't have anyone over your head telling you what to do, what's best for your business, how best to deal with it. First of all, sit with yourself and think of yourself in your future self. How would they cope? What would they say? How would they deal with this? What would they do? What emotions are you feeling right now? The CEO, what you're going through. So why it matters. So if you react impulsively to challenges, often this leads to hasty decisions. For example, taking a moment to allow for better clarity, and ensures that you approach the problem strategically. And that is you approaching the problem daily, looking at it and trying your best practices, for example. So some action steps that you could do is take a short breathing exercise. For example, breathe in and breathe out. Just to get some clarity, and do this for several breaths. If you do meditation, this is part of your meditation anyway. Also, go and just get up and go for a walk. Leave your desk, just go for a walk. Even if it's for 5 minutes away from your desk, it's going to help you to really get clarity of where you are right now, for example. And then you can consider the challenge for multiple ways. Look at it from multiple angles, for example, and ask yourself, what is the core of this issue? What is really causing this issue for your company? You're the CEO. You'll be able to, like the hawk, if you observe from high up, you'll be able to see where the problems are and what's going on in your business. So look at what the core issue is. And it could be multiple issues that's causing this problem to make it a big problem. So what is that? Follow your gut. And I'm going to say this to you. Usually I don't really go into this too much, but follow your gut instincts. If it doesn't feel right, something's happening, it doesn't feel right, then listen to that. Listen to your body. Listen to your whispers before you start involving other members of the team, for example. Analyze the problem thoroughly. So again, you want to dig deep into the problem, allowing you to identify the root cause rather than just beating or treating the symptoms. Often, whilst you appear on the surface, it really may not be the real issue. So what action steps can you take? You want to break down the challenge into small pieces. You can use tools like mind mapping as well, but break them down. Get your journal open, for example, and write down where your problems are in your business. Is it sales? Is it marketing? Is it the delivery? Is it management? What is it that's making this happen? And it could be multiple things at once. that's causing this problem to happen. So think about what the team dynamics are. Okay, so break it down. Use tools like mind mapping, or there's problem tree analysis. This will really pinpoint where the issues are. Listen, I've done it over the last couple of days as well. So it's always good to have a look at that as well. It will pinpoint the issue where it lies, and you'll be able to do an execution, for example. Look at your team dynamics. Look at your team dynamics and look at any external factors that you need to consider as well. So the next thing is that I want you to think about is identify what the solutions could possibly be. So you want to generate multiple solutions that help you consider different ways to forward and assess each option viability wise. Take some action steps. Write down the 3 potential solutions. No matter how unconventional or uncomfortable they may seem, for each, list the pros and cons. Look at the resources needed and the possible outcomes that can happen. So sit down and, like I said, think what the outcomes are going to be. What do you want it to be? How can you get out of this, and how can you grow? Is the team members that you've got, are they with you, or are you feeling resistance? Are you including your team members? Does it make sense what's being said to you? Is it practical as well? And if not, then question them. Why do you feel that this? Because I'm struggling to understand. So can you please elaborate on this, please? So the next thing that you need to think about as well is to get the input from the team members, because it's good to look at different perspectives as well, which should lead you to an innovative solution that might not have been considered by you. So additionally, involving your team can strengthen trust and collect problems solving action steps together. So organize a team building, share the challenge openly, and encourage each member, for example, to contribute. Give their insights, because they may see something that you're not seeing. So facilitate open discussion and refine and look at the best solution. So you want to be able to take decisions. You want to also be able to monitor progress. Why does that matter? Because it's important. If there's been an agreement of what needs to be done, then you need to follow through to ensure that it is being done. Otherwise, you're going to be going back again. It's not going to be done. So then you're like, why wasn't that done? And then it's like, this is not helping the strategy that we talked about. Why is that? What's happened between the conversation that we've had and we've all agreed on this, and then suddenly there's no action? Why is that? Could be a problem there, for example. So once the solution has been chosen, then it has to be set. You want to act swiftly and action things. Help maintain the momentum and resolve the challenge effectively. So you want to resolve this as quickly as possible. So it's like, right, we've got the action steps here. Now let's take some action. Because without action, it's not going to happen. So outline a clear action plan with assigned responsibilities. So speak to your team, tell them what you'd like them to be responsible for and what's been agreed, for example. And we need to put a timeline to it. Otherwise, it's just open and it's not going to solve the problem. So then there's going to be further delays, and then you're just going down and down and down, for example. So what are the key performance indicators? So you're going to need to implement key performance. You want to be able to track the progress, have your meetings daily, so you can go through each team member's what is being done and see the action, so that you can then say, yes, we're working towards this goal. Because if we don't measure, then there's no matrix there. So how can you measure if something is working or not? So you need to make sure that you do have your staff meetings, and it needs to be daily. When you've got a challenge, you've got to deal with this daily. You need to also, like I said, do regular reviews, the impact of the solution, and make adjustments as needed, because you need to do regular reviews to see whether there's a slight tweak that needs to be done, or whether there's a pivot that needs to happen like now, or whether it's working and this is great, let's keep it up. That's the key, because we want to be able to praise as well, for example. So the next thing is that just make sure that you're really being stuck in your decision, and that you're focused on leading the team. So challenges are part of the journey, like I said, but it's how you handle them will define your growth. I feel a song coming on. It's The Climb by, I think her name is, I forgot her name. I'm not up to par with these, I think it's Taylor Swift, that's it. So by following these few steps, you'll not only be tackling obstacles, but also you'll be fostering resilience, because that is key. We've got to be resilient. To be the CEO, you have to be resilient. You can't be soft and timid. It's got to be resilient. You've got to be relentless as well. So you want to enhance your teamwork and strengthening your leadership abilities. Enhance the challenges that you face as opportunities to learn and adapt, and remind yourself of your mission and your purpose. So each step of the way is critical to this in order to grow, for you to grow. You haven't gone into this business to just let things slide. You haven't gone into this business, you haven't gone in to be the CEO, done blood, sweat and tears, literally, to just let things just float along. No, I'm not here for that, and neither are you, for example. So it's important that you structure this daily and always do check-ins with your team to make sure that we are delivering as well, and that things are running smoothly. And I know there's going to be times where it is difficult, like for example the weather. If there's been a typhoon or a storm, floods for example, because it's happening all around the world. It's not just in one place, it's actually happening around the world, and we need to be mindful of that as well. So embrace the challenges as opportunities to learn and adapt, and remind yourself of your mission and purpose for each step of the way, because that is key. You got to remember that, because that's going to help keep you going. The next thing that I want to talk about is the tools that will help you to do a challenge assessment, for example. It will help you with solutions. It will help you with team collaborations and progress tracking as well. So, mind mapping and problem analysis tools like MindMiser. It's a great tool for visual brainstorming and mapping out challenges. you'll be able to break them down into components to understand the problem thoroughly. Literally, you go in there, it will tell you where the problem is and which department, who it's with, what the problem is, and then that way you can tackle it and see to make it better. Because at the end of the day, we all want it to be better for the company, for example. So there's also, you can do like an interactive whiteboard platform for brainstorming. So if you don't have a platform, whiteboard, for example, use a A4 board, one of those big, signs, and you can write on that. They don't cost much, for example. So what you want to do is visualize the ideas, and you want to be able to create problems through this tree analysis. It's ideal for remote teams. We need it, and can be used for collaboration, because we're not working in an office, we're working around the world, but in our own homes, in an office, our own home office. So we need to have these tools so that we can really get the business to 7 figures, because otherwise, if you're looking at 10, 20,000, then really you don't really need to have all of these things. But if you want to grow and you want to be a CEO, then these are some of the things that the CEO does, for example. And I go more into this in my memberships as well, behind the scenes. So the next thing that I want you to think about is decision making and solution building. Tools for decision lens. There's a thing called Tools Decision Lens. It's a prioritization of decision making tool that helps the CEOs like you evaluate options based on goals and objectives. Another mind mapping tool is a Goggle as well. This will help break down the complex problem into smaller, manageable, and visualize potential solutions. So imagine you're able to visualize and you can see potential in your company. How exciting is that? The next thing is Trello. Through commonly used project management, Trello has been going out for a long time. The Trello boards and card structures work well for brainstorming as well, and tracking the pros and cons. So, just check those out that I'm saying. You'll be able to play this video back as well and go through these items here that I'm talking about today. So the next thing is collaboration and communication. These can be tools like Input Slack, for example. So it's perfect for gathering team feedback quickly, create dedicated channels for brainstorming and challenge assessments. When I say brainstorming, I'm talking about thinking, getting things out of your head and putting it on paper or on an A board, for example. You want to use Zoom. This is also a good, reliable video conference tool for face-to-face discussions, because it's important to have face-to-face discussions. I find when I'm messaging people, it's not the same as doing the online meeting, either the Zoom or the Google Meet is very good. I meet with my team daily on Google Meet. So there's Microsoft Teams as well. It's very good. I can't, say it's not, because that is just as good as well. And we use Microsoft Teams as well as Google Meet, as well as other tools as well. So integrates with your Microsoft product, allowing easy file sharing, video calls and collaboration. You can call someone individually or you can call them as a group and hold your staff meeting. They could share their screen, you could share your screen, for example. It's a win-win situation, and it's getting their feedback so they feel involved in the day-to-day working in the business and you working on your business as the CEO. So the next thing that I want to talk about is project management tools for action plan and progress monitoring. Asana is one of them. We use Asana every day. It's ideal for tracking tasks, assigning responsibilities, and ensuring everyone is aligned with your action plan, because your team members need to be aligned with your action plan. Otherwise, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Your business is not going to grow. So it's important that that happens, and I'm going to be doing some training about that as well. So the next thing that you need to think about is timeline for tracking progress is monday.com. This is a versatile platform that allows you to create workflows, track tasks, and visible progress through boards and Gantt charts as well. There's also ClickUp. You've seen a lot of this. You probably saw one in a commercial, for example. This offers you a comprehensive view of the projects with features like task assignments, dates due, for example, progress tracking, and status updates as well. So the next thing I want you to think about is the analytic and performance tracking. This is the tool which is Google Data Studio, for example. If you're tracking KPIs or matrix as part of your challenge assessment, this tool visualizes data from various sources to show real-time progress. The power of buy, for example. It's a powerful tool from Microsoft that powers the depth data analysis and the performance tracking. This is ideal for larger organizations, but if you're medium, for example, going up into large, then get it now so that you can start implementing it now before you even get even more larger, and then it's going to be even more frustrating because you're trying to get on with your work, but you've got to implement this new software, but at the same time you don't understand what it is as well and what it does. So this way you're learning to do it as your business is growing and you're not thrown in at the deep end. So reflective journaling is important. Meditation tools, for example, I talked about that on day one. You want to use a journaling app for also culture insights, reflections, and evaluations. It helps you, the CEO, and me, for example, keep track of personal observations and lessons learned. So the next thing is Headspace or Calm, for example. Both apps offer guided meditation, and these are sessions and can help you with the established mindful hobbies. So which can be beneficial when handling high stress challenges, for example. So we need to also think about in our reflection, for example, is to go really to think about how best, and I'd love to hear your comments here. What software do you think that you'll be using? Will it be monday.com? Will it be Asana? You know, the list is endless that I've given you here in the video. So if you're looking at doing project management, you'll need tools to monitor progress, and journaling or meditation apps for personal reflection and stress management. Now, this is something which I'm going to be doing more of, is showing people how to be project managers, for example. I think it is important when you're looking at being the CEO that you understand what your team members are doing down the tree line, so that you know that things are being done well and that your tree is growing, the branches is growing, it's strong, and when the wind blows, it's still standing. Today I saw a tree go down, and for that tree to go down, that force must have been huge, for example. But we can't let that stop us. So although the tree is in the wind and the wind is really strong and it's trying to blow you over, you're just moving with the wind. So the wind passes through you, for example, and it's gone. Because you've implemented your CEO muscles, for example, and the challenge, you've overcome that challenge. And that's what I want for you to be able to do. And by having these different tools, it's going to help keep you focused, but also it will create productivity in you as well as the CEO. So, that's my explanation there. And the next thing that I want to mention to you, the tools. I mean, just because I've mentioned it, you don't have to go out and grab all of it. But I would at least say get one for now and try and build on getting them monthly, so that your business is growing, but at the same time your software is being implemented in a strategic way, where it's not just boom, let's throw this all together. It's going to be, we're going to implement Asana this month. I'm going to get strong at that. I'm going to master it, and then I'm going to implement something else, for example. Yeah, so what I want you to do is I want you to get to know your greatness, because you must first know yourself, no one else. You got to know yourself. I don't know you. I can't go inside and say, oh yes, you're like this, that and the other. I know me. I know what it is that I want. And I think it's important to have that strategic plan and know where you want to go in your business, for example. Because if you don't know your greatest, then how are you going to know yourself? So I hope that you have found the training today very helpful, and that you are going to be implementing some of these aspects that I've talked about today in the training. So I hope that you'll be able to implement this into your 30-day CEO challenge, and I look forward to you working with us. And do let us know how you're getting on with your 30-day challenge. How is it going? What have you implemented? I would love to hear your story. So do comment here, and I will put the comments in the comment section on YouTube as well. So I'd love to know what it is that resonated with you, with what I talked about today, that is going to really help you keep elevated as the CEO and not to give up on challenges. Remember, every step turns into 1,000 miles. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you've enjoyed the training today. I would love for you to hit the like and subscribe button for further training. And if you want to be a part of the membership, then you're more than welcome to. And I just look forward to the training tomorrow as well. Wow, look at the time already. So, thank you so much, everyone. Stay blessed. And I look forward to doing the next training tomorrow. And we have got this. Take care. Thank you. Bye.